You've probably heard about Hermes Agent by now, but today I'm going to tell you what I personally like about it the most and how do I use it, of course. There are pretty much three reasons why I like it so much. Number one is that it has support for different skills that are evolving over time automatically. And you can just tell it to create skills. And the skills work across different projects, different repositories, in anywhere, in any CLI in any folder that you run. That's number one. Number two is that I can easily switch between different models. It even supports different subscriptions, except for Cloud Code. They do have Cloud Code subscription kind of installed and that you can try to set it up, but Claude is way too, they try to prevent you from using their model on subscription under a different harness. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. For me, I just recently switched to ChatGPT Soul model, and their $20 subscription is exceptional in terms of the amount of usage that you can do with it. Sure, the Soul model is probably not as good, is not as top-notch as Fable 5, but it's still pretty good, and it's more than enough for majority of your day-to-day usage and tasks. And the third reason is that it just works. Unlike OpenClaw, I had to configure a lot. It would fail all the time, and kind of like it wasn't working as stable. Maybe also at the time, in the beginning of the year, the models were not as good. There was no Opus and there was no Fable 5. So maybe we got a little bit of biased behavior that back in the day, everything that we were expecting from OpenClaw was not, all those expectations were not delivered. Versus with Hermes, it still feels a little bit underrated, underhyped compared to OpenClaw. And so that's why it's kind of like actually delivering on the promise that it's giving. Here are some examples, specific examples of what I'm actually using Hermes for. I'm using it to edit Home Assistant config. It literally SSHs into my local Home Assistant deployment on Raspberry Pi, adjusts the settings, and then restarts it. And over time, the more I tell it to fix something, or for example, change automation around some of my lights at the entrance, over time it remembers it. It remembers the configuration, remembers which mistakes to do and which mistakes not to do. And it just works. It knows where to SSH. I don't even have to tell it every single time to do it. And I can just run it in any directory and just tell, hey, look into my Home Assistant. You remember that light in my living room? And the motion controller there, just hook them up, change the sequence, and do something about it. And it just works. And my personal favorite cool approach is that I actually added these videos with Hermes. I just record them, and then I have this social video editor skill that I evolved over time that automatically takes up a video that I produce, then it puts it in a new folder, then it extracts audio, then it takes all the text from the audio, creates captions with Python and FFmpeg, and then generates a thumbnail and captions, and all leaves it in that folder as a ready product. And it's just like one CLI command, and then off it goes and produces very predictable output. So I can just upload it to social media. The next part in that skill is to actually let it upload to social media. Anyway, I hope this was useful, and just let me know what you're using Hermes for. And if you have any questions, just write them in the comments below.